everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, or if you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So this is my weekly Funko Pop and Collectors video here on the channel, and I wanted to do a video this week about one of the best new additions to the Star Wars franchise, and that is, of course, Grogu himself, Baby Yoda, because the Disney Plus streaming service recently put out, I believe it was yesterday, the first look at the finale of The Mandalorian Season 2, where they went into how they made Luke Skywalker, bringing back Mark Hamill to portray the character along with an actor to kind of, mold between the old version of Mark Hamill and, of course, the younger version of Mark Hamill to bring in the Luke Skywalker from 5 years after Return of the Jedi and make him look seamless. So I thought it was a cool idea for them to bring out that behind-the-scenes movie that they did there. But I also thought at the same time it would be a good chance to revisit, of course, one of the all-time favorites additions to the Star Wars franchise, and that is, of course, Baby Grogu here, or otherwise known as Baby Yoda, affectionately by fans here. Obviously, Baby Yoda, when The Mandalorian Season 1 started, took the world by storm and is still the most lovable character in the Mandalorian series as of right now, and I'm sure we'll be seeing him again very, very soon, even though at the end of Season 2, he went with the aforementioned Jedi Luke Skywalker and to go get his Jedi training and to kind of, harness his skills with the Force that he was, didn't have a whole lot of training with or didn't know how to use it, but he was able to do certain things because he still is a baby, but I believe they said he was 50 years old, so he may look like a baby, but he is still very old. It's I can't wait to see more of this character. I can't wait to see him come back with some Force training. I think that'll be a great thing, and the audience is going to pop big whenever he does this, Force ability stuff that he is going to be learning from Luke. Assuming he doesn't, stay at Luke's academy long enough for Kylo Ren to destroy the academy and kill him in the process, which I don't think he will, because there's 25 years between the time that Luke Skywalker took him at the end of Mandalorian Season 2 and, of course, the events before the Force Awakens, where Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, takes out that academy. Of course, there's a lot of rumors going around about the fact that, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau could be working toward, erasing the sequel trilogy out of the main Star Wars canon. I don't know if I buy that per se, because I hear they're not fans of the sequels, but it would be interesting to see if they were to do that, kind of do like a multiverse situation in the Star Wars world. You could always do that for sure, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. From the moment that he pointed at the Mandalorian Din Djarin and Din pointed back at him, and they made this connection in the first episode of the Mandalorian. Baby Yoda, as he's been affectionately called by fans, even though the creators never intended for him to be called Baby Yoda, but since we had no name for him up until Season 2, where they finally named him Grogu, fans initially started to call him Baby Yoda because he is the same species as the lovable Jedi Master Yoda himself. Species that we still, as Star Wars fans, don't know what the species is called or where they come from or much about them other than the stuff that we've learned from Yoda and a little bit of Yaddle from Episode 1 and sometimes back in the old days with the Jedi Council, but we didn't really know a whole lot about Yaddle. But this is definitely a descendant of that species for sure, and maybe we'll get some more answers into the species of Yoda when it comes to the Mandalorian eventually, because I know the Mandalorian was trying to get Grogu back to his people, his family, but gave him to Luke to kind of help him with his training. He wanted to give Grogu to Ahsoka, but Ahsoka refused to train him due to the fact that he had some dark tendencies about him, where he was forming an attachment to the Mandalorian. And of course, Ahsoka knows exactly what attachment can do to a Jedi after she saw her master Anakin Skywalker and everything that went down with him becoming Darth Vader, as the movie's shown us. So she was hesitant to train him. But Luke has not really had that experience with someone like that. He also saw Anakin, his father, Darth Vader, turn back to the good side. So he would probably be a little less hesitant to train Grogu in that sense. So it makes more sense for that to happen. But I hear that during the behind the scenes episode that they were originally discussing, I think, bringing in Plo Koon to train Grogu and have him survive the events of Episode 3, even though it appeared in Episode 3 that Plo Koon got shot down. I guess you could assume that he survived and didn't get killed and somehow was able to survive this entire time without being detected. So you could always go that route, but maybe we'll get more Plo Koon in the future and another Star Wars series or movie or whatever going forward if they've already played with that idea in their heads. Never say never. Of course, the long-standing rumor is that Samuel L. Jackson's Mace Windu didn't die die at the hands of the Emperor after that fall either. You could always write that into the case. He'd be severely injured, I'd assume, losing an arm and stuff like that. But you never say never. We could see Mace Windu back one day. But for now, it's good to see baby Grogu, starting to carry on the legacy of the Force after Return of the Jedi. And we'll see if we maybe could get a Luke Skywalker series that could maybe show the training of Grogu, or we could be just seeing a young Luke Skywalker series in of itself with the de-aging technology that they have over at Lucasfilm and Disney right now. Never say never. We could be getting a lot of that moving forward. But as for this Funko Pop, I really love what they do with it here. I mean, with all the Funko Pops that I own, I buy them because I really just enjoy collecting them. I love this series. Star Wars is one of my favorite series in the entire world. I've been watching it since I was a little kid back in the early 80s when I was born. Of course, the movies come out in 77 and 80 and 83. So they were right there at a time in my life where I was able to enjoy them. The classic trilogy, many people nowadays don't know what it's like to, grow up during the classic trilogy days where that's all we had. But they were some of the best movies at the time, and they've become pop culture at this point, and now, they're universally known worldwide. They were known worldwide at the time even, but, even younger generations are, falling in love with the prequels and the sequels. And, as much as sometimes some of us older Star Wars fans don't care for the prequels or sequels sometimes, that's how the new generations have fallen in love with Star Wars. And if they've done that to make new generations of fans, if they've done their job well in that regard. So it's characters like Jar Jar, at least if they were able to bring in new kids to enjoy the franchise, that's nothing but success for Lucasfilm and Star Wars for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see where they go with Grogu. The pop looks great. I love the details, of course, of his little cloak or whatever you want to call that little wrap he's wearing. It's amazing. There's a lot of different Funko Pops for Grogu, as a matter of fact. But this is the one that I originally got. It was one of the first ones I think they released. I believe I had to pre-order it in advance because I think they didn't have a whole lot available at the time. Because one of the things when The Mandalorian Season 1 came out, they didn't have a whole lot of, Baby Yoda Grogu merchandise because they didn't expect it to hit as big as it did. And of course, when it did, they had no merchandise ready to go. So a lot of these things took time to develop and to, market and, to bring out. So it took some time to get this one here. Hopefully one of these days I'll get some more Yoda or Grogu Pops, but this is the only one I've got at the moment. But they've got all sorts of different ones with him holding the cup and, eating the frog and all sorts of stuff. They've got a bunch of crazy ones they've done throughout Season 1 and Season 2 of The Mandalorian, which is another series I'm looking forward to seeing more of, probably next year in 2022, whenever that series gets under cameras. I think it's supposed to by the end of this year. So hopefully by the end of 2022, we'll be seeing more of The Mandalorian in general. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the Funko Pop collectibles I've been showing off here on the channel, and what do you guys think about Baby Grogu and The Mandalorian in general? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
Target